And Rich Trapper tapping in, TNN Trap News Network. You feel me?
Rich Trapper.
The homie wanted you to whitelist this shit too.
Who?
Rich Trapper.
Rich Trapper?
He be reacting to your shit.
What's the deal? Rich Trapper tapping in, TNN Trap News Network. We back in action with another reaction video. Back in the same, like, cook, crack in the same, man. Like, comment, subscribe for more of this good content we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Some news you can use, some knowledgeito. You can't get in nobody's collegeito, big dog. Make sure you get into that newest single, Something Gone. It's out now. Get into that. You already know the deal, man. Also, you want to get into these signature honey cigars. Shout out to T.I. Shout out to Signature Honey Cigars. Not intended for minors, man. Make sure I get into these sweet honey aromatic flavors. Better version of that brand we don't talk about no more. Signature Honey Cigars. Shout out to T.I., man. Make sure I get into those at a local smoke shop, gas station, or anywhere tobacco products are sold. Bow. Get into that. You ain't got into that. You also want to get into these, man. Tasty live resin disposable cartridges. I said honey. These are the honey signature cigars. Tasty live resin disposable cartridges. Premium category 3 distillate. No pesticides, heavy metals like arabic, glucose, glycerin, MCT, BG, vitamin E, or any other additives. 1,000 milligram cartridges with each one. Cannabis-derived terpenes. Get into these if you ain't got into those, big dog. You know the deal. You need to be on my live. Sunday, May the 12th. Sunday, May the 12th. You want to tap in at 3 o'clock Pacific time, 6 o'clock Eastern time, because we're giving away $250, big dog. How do you get $250? This is how you get $250. Drop a comment, because the best comment between now and then will receive a $50 cash app, as well as the top comment between now and then will receive a $150 cash app, and the winner of the live music review will receive a $50 cash app. Now, let's talk about some good Chiliana, man. We are at 10,000. Yesterday, I think, was 10,000. Did we get to 10,000 yesterday? I think it was yesterday we got to 10,000. Right now, we at 10,145. I appreciate y'all for all the love. If we get to 11,000 between now and Sunday the 12th, I think that's, yeah, man, that's next Sunday. That's this coming Sunday. Is it this coming Sunday? That's Mother's Day. My baby mama, I'm a single dad with full custody. My baby mama. You know how women be like, oh, well, I'm mama and dad, so technically Father Day is for me too. Do I get to say that? Oh, I'm gonna trip. I'm a trip. Fellas, I got us. Not hearing you. Fellas, I got us. Because I am mom and dad, and it's BITCH. Oh, I'm tripping Mother's Day. I'm mom too, so I deserve whoop-de-bam. You feel me? So, yeah, but get into live music review Sunday. It's Mother's Day. I wonder if I should put it back a week. Because it's Mother's Day. I wonder. Y'all let me know if I should push it back a week, man. Give y'all a little bit more time to get y'all itch together. Let me know what y'all think, though. Either way it go, man, we got my man, Top Media TV. Shout out to Top Media TV, man. I'm glad to see bro back in action. He says Mob James talks Eric Carter being mad at Nipsey Hussle. He's a savage and he wanted to unalive Nip. Whoa. The ugliest of word. We finish up with this content. Without further ado, the Dunce Man 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Nobody was even like courageous at all, and no, it was nobody courageous around him. Like he just
well,
like
honestly to say, everybody ain't cut like that. But the way that cat was firing at him, I mean, didn't nobody get hit like to that serious. His target, he went after his target, and everybody else got out
everybody
the
else
way.
scared. Everybody else scattered. Like
Yeah,
it just
exactly.
looking like. I mean, you know, I can't like. I don't want to like put it on nobody's shoulders, because at the same time, like I done been in plenty of shootouts and situations, and you know what I mean. Everybody when it's going down, everybody you go into survival mode. Like you know what I mean. You go into survival mode. Everybody ain't gonna go into courageous mode. You know what I mean. So it's like I can't be mad at niggas at the same time, but I just feel like niggas like could have did more to save his life. Like you know what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, if you looked at the video, this cat shot, walked away, seen him moving again, and then a headshot. And then kick.
He left out the kick.
Now, I was telling Reg earlier, for somebody to do that, man, this cat had to have been really mad at something. This dude was ticked off. These is homies. They from the same hood. They doing their thing. So whatever their confrontation was, I mean, that had to have been really on some BS for him to even think like, okay, I'm finna kill this nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because this is somebody you used to hang around with.
Yeah, I don't play devil advocate on that, and, from the law enforcement side. What I really felt, though, is the disrespect that came in, from what I'm hearing. None of us was here, but it seemed like they were trying to say, like Nipsey had disrespected the brother by calling him a snitch and putting him out there like that. And he hadn't acted like that towards him before, which is not true. Okay.
I mean,
so I'm just saying, so let's just clear it up. I know y'all know more, and this is just what we hear.
We don't know. Like,
If you but from a game banging perspective, if that was it, then
and you got
now
the
you see
video
why he thinking like he did, and then went back and forth. And
now he feeling
But
played
now
like
the
that.
dude just got out of jail, and now you acting this way.
I tell everybody in the streets, man. The big homies, they raise their little homies, and they raise them. You gangsters, you out there thugging. You know what I'm saying? But to watch that video, this little cat was with the business. This ain't his first rodeo.
Nah, he was a killer.
So he was, and everybody got to understand that, man. Today you can't just beat up one of just no thug nigga. We learned that in Death Row. You ain't just gonna beat up on no nigga that like, this ain't happening to me.
And don't expect no repercussion.
And don't expect repercussion. Yeah. So today, and that ain't the time no more. But that dude in jail now, and I say we should just think about Nipsey. This was a cool little dude. And to be 33 years old and be out there like he was and helping the people that he was helping, you know what I'm saying? They said when his partners just got out of jail, he had clothes and was trying to get his boy to do his thing. Exactly. Now, we got a lot of homies in every neighborhood that look out for the homies when they get out of jail. Yeah. I mean, but he was just doing so much. Then, like I said earlier, these people criticizing this brother for having a meeting with the police. Wait a minute, man. How many of us are courageous enough to do that? To email the chief of police and say, we need to have a meeting about the violence in our hood. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people ain't understanding. He know he can't save the big homies. Yeah. He know he can't save the ones that's out there. But, during the park and all of this, the man always talk about the kids. And that's his give back.
It's not the fact that we no longer have Nipsey Hussle is incredible. Like, even to hear the way that they're speaking and all that kind of stuff is just, excuse me, such a loss, bro. Like, such just an unnecessary just, that's trash, man. Oh, Mr. Homie, bro. Mr. Homie, that's trash.
About the homies and reaching the homies, like, that's the thing, like grown people is grown people, like, as a person with a platform and somebody that has a voice, like, it's our job to reach and speak to the youth. Like, exactly. It's like, if I can help an adult, if I can help a grown person, then I'm on forward. But my focus and my goal is to reach the youth. Like, you people already lived your life and been responsible for it. Like, I'm trying to be the voice to talk down to the youth and help them.
That's one way to get it to stop. If you stop the youngsters, your nephews and your little cousins, then you stop everything else.
See, the thing is, it start at home. A lot of this shit start at home. A lot of this shit is the upbringing and the mentality. You know what I mean? These niggas, and it starts at home. Like a lot of this shit. If a nigga woke up and your mama was cussing and fussing and get your stupid ass up and get your ass out my house and clean up my foot, like, that shit has it take a mental toll on a young nigga. Like, you go to school mad, like, you feel me? You go to school mad and end up bullying and slapping on a nigga because you getting bullied. Like, it starts at home. Like, motherfucker need to, like, get these home settings right.
There are things women never...
That's real, man. A lot of things need to be settled at home before going into the streets, man. I preach to my kids all the time. Morals, characters, vibe. I've been on a kid's head. Hey, y'all, I've been on a boy's head all weekend. All weekend. I don't care. I've been on their head all weekend because what I'm not raising is liars, thieves, manipulators, con artists, scammers, flu flammers, busters, and weirdos. That's what I'm not raising. And if you act any of those ways within my household, not respecting your last name. See, here go the thing about us being black people that we don't really teach our kids that I think that we should. Respect your last name. Every other race of people tell their family, they tell their kids, hey, respect your last name because you represent something bigger than you. You represent your mama, your daddy, your cousin, your sister, your auntie, your grandma, your grandpa, your brother, whoever. You represent everybody that share that last name with you. Respect your bloodline, bro. Respect your bloodline. You feel me? So I agree 100% that a lot of these things do need to be settled within the household first before taking into the streets because love, education, and self-respect start in the crib, bro. It starts in the crib. That's it for sure.
Because we wasn't there, and so we don't know all the facts.
No,
because we done heard some things, and there's some things out there where he's saying that they came and he gave them pound, like that, and said, what's up? Left, said he was going to get a burger, and came back shooting. And so much stuff out there, and so we don't want to get stuck or saying like we saying this is how it happened, because that's not what we're saying.
No, the conversation.
We just putting out street politics and how things go on from Bosco,
but that's
who's there, and James who's been there.
Let me what you call them, Reg, because
okay.
The only thing we're saying is that's what happens in the neighborhood on that side of the fence, and these are the things that was happening with Nipsey at the time. His whole business, his whole focus was kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, keep on.
And this was his thing of what he was doing. So, I mean, you have a lot of people.
Yeah.
You have a lot of people out there just on some straight 100 and some other shit.
So that's what I'm saying. We just mainly speaking on generalization of situations like that,
Exactly.
and we're not trying to say this case is specific. How it went down.
You're right. Yeah.
Because I'm sure there's going to be some other things that come out in the upcoming days.
Well, I'm truly saying the man had a brilliant plan, and for people to say that he was contradicting himself because he was calling, having this meeting with the chief of police to save his youth, that he contradicting himself.
Yeah, that's young minds in my mind. That's that young mind. Because I done seen things where people say, why you never moved out? People don't know that man moved out, took his family. He was living in Atlanta. He was living out in Atlanta. He had a nice little spot in Malibu at one time, and then he got a nice little living in some high-rising apartments. I heard a lady that's be with Stephen A. Smith and them today said they lived in the same building when he's in Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. So the man moved out, but got out of the hood, which he was supposed to. And that's the way he's making his money. But he was still coming back to help and doing what he's supposed to do.
And that's everybody demise when you come back to the neighborhood. He could have just bounced, but either way, if he'd have left the neighborhood and never came back, he wrong for that. If then he come back and help,
that's real. If you don't come back, you wrong. If you go back and help, you stupid for being around. You damned if you do it, you damned if you don't. So what I believe is you should get your chili up and show love and help from a distance. Put that chili in the slingshot and let it go over there, big dog. But you stay right where you at. Maintain your family, maintain your position. As Gunna would say, struggle and strive and struggle for a better version of yourself. And if you don't like Gunna's Collective, man, go ahead and just pretend like Gunna's Collective didn't say it. And I still want you to strive and struggle and strive for a better you, big dog, for sure.
Then he owned that whole shopping center.
Exactly.
Most people
don't struggle, but just strive. I don't want you to struggle. We're done struggling. Just strive. But you don't worry about it. It's the principle. Don't worry about it. It's a sentiment.
Everybody is whoop to whoop on you, and if I don't help one, that one gonna get drunk, get the next one. Oh, the homie he done flipped. That nigga ain't from the hood no more. Yeah. That's the way shit happens. That's the neighborhood. Yeah. That's the neighborhood. Yeah. And like you said, man, keep your enemies close. You got to pay attention to who you fucking with, but we don't know. We don't know.
That's the thing.
Money, and oh man, that nigga making money. He ain't fucking with us no more. Let's get him. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be like that, but it is like that. So I mean, you got a lot of cats out here just don't give a fuck. It is what it is. Some say it is what it is. You got a lot that's doing this right now, trying to make a change, but it outweighs itself, because if you had everybody on the same page, we'd be good. You know what I'm saying? And it's
powerful,
man, it's so much, And it really don't take much to get rid of this situation. You just got to have some strong heads involved. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's why it takes guys like you and Bosco, who's older and been out there. And I love what both of y'all energy, because you can find both of y'all on YouTube, and that's all y'all been talking of lately. It's positive things, mainly about the kids and trying to educate the young kids, because the most dangerous person, you know, in America, they used to tell us when I was in law enforcement and all of that, was a black man between the age of 16 and 25, because he has nothing to lose. He didn't have anything. But now, and y'all know how y'all were back in between that age bracket, but look at y'all now. Y'all all on positive. I'm glad that y'all made it out, and y'all can do it and speaking like this, because y'all now, you know, it's all on that positive. And what we mainly here for is to try to tell the young kids and the young dudes as best we can, by y'all experience, that this is the way to go.
Man, I like, and this is just straight basically on Nipsey. I'm 54 years old, man. I done seen it all. I done seen it happen. I done seen the best get turned into nothing. I done seen brothers' reputations go from good to bad in 30 minutes just because a motherfucker hates you. You know what I'm saying? Just because he trying to prove a point to the next cat. And you defamed in one day, 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Back in the days when they said paperwork, you had to have that right then and there to execute, to get rid of a person. You know what I'm saying? You don't need that no more. You don't need that no more. All you need is conversation. And once you lost the loyalty in the neighborhood, you don't have no more loyalty. You might have 4, 5 motherfuckers that fuck with each other. Your hood is 100 strong, but you only fuck with 5. That ain't good. You gotta have the whole hood. Back in the days when I was doing it, we walked 15, 25 deep through the hood. You know what I'm saying? Now you don't get that no more. You don't get that no more.
So clicking up and all.
So the only way these kids will get it, and I say the way Nipsey was doing it was 100, because now I'm involved in the police on that. So whatever they got trainings or whatever to keep the kids away or stop them from thinking, speeches or whatever, man, you got to applaud that dude, because at least he tried. He only 33. He ain't seen that much.
Exactly.
He ain't seen that much, but he's smart enough to know, just, man, this shit ain't worth it. If I can change, and he said this, if I can change, everybody else can change. I'd be a damn fool to not think I'm not going to get killed out here, or one day this can happen to me. You know what I'm saying? So, man, he just flipped all of that bad energy he had and went and said, man, I'm finna do this. And everybody got to respect the fact that he's doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like this fucking idiot that got on Facebook. Y'all didn't see that? Him and Mr. Ford, Lee Ford father. Yeah. They were just positive. But we did our own thing. Right at
Man, I don't want to say too much on this particular video, because it's a very sensitive subject, you know what I'm saying, within my personal life and within a lot of different communities. But I will say this, man. Lead with love. Go into the streets. Live off love and not survival. And never be too much of a man to show grace and show empathy. That's what I say.
Reggie Lee, we all doing our thing, but Reggie Wright, man, talked to everybody. He was like, he just kept it 100. Reggie Wright was the only one I would turn myself into.
And in fairness, they didn't know this. They didn't learn this until after the riots and stuff like that. Police departments didn't get into the community policing and all of that until later. And they would just like kick ass and take names prior to that. Prior to they seeing, wait a minute, your ass gonna go to jail after the Rodney King incident happened. And they seen how the prosecutors and all of them was against them for the first time they were on the other side of the table. Because, you know, I'm under the motto of D-Days and lately of, I don't know who my enemies and who my friends are now. So, you know, you got to keep them all close in my mind, but that's a deep tweet, and we'll get into more of what he really meant by that. But he was throwing out, I think, a subliminal message about along that line. What you think about that, James?
I watched everything. I watched the news and all that. It's envy, man. You know, you got your homeboys envy, you know, hating on you. You come up and you move out the hood and then you come back to the hood. This is something every day. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to come out a rapper. You can come out the hood from, you know, your dealings in the hood and walk away and come back, and this is what you have.
Now that's real. When you in your neighborhood, the worst thing you could be is successful in some situations. And I say that to say, you kind of damned if you do, you damned if you don't. Nobody ever gets money and moves back to the hood. People get money to move out of the hood. But those who don't make it out will then become your oppositions. People love to see you doing great as long as they can do great with you or you're not doing better than them.
Now today, you don't have, there's no respect and loyalty in the neighborhood no more. You know, it's no teaching from the big homie.
That's real, man. We finna get up out of here to the next one, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you slide in Sunday, May the 12th. That's this Sunday, May the 12th, man. If y'all think I should push it back a week because it's Mother's Day, let me know, man, because we will be, lenient for the moms. You feel me? You know, lenient for your moms. But, lenient for your mama. Don't worry about it. My mom on vacation. She good. We finna jump into this content. We finna jump out this content, man. But we finna get up out of here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, become part of the Rich Trapper Mafia. Notification bell at the top. You also tap in for the latest and the greatest. What we got going on here at TNT Trap News Network. Some news you use and all you can't get in college. We dog get into these Signature Honey Cigars. Ooh, Signature Honey Cigars. That was fast. Signature Honey Cigars. Shout out to T.I. Shout out to Signature Honey Cigars. Not intended for Miami. Sweet honey, aromatic flavor. Make sure you get into these. I was using this actually. Probably on my iPad. Boom. Tasty live resin. Honey. Tasty live resin disposable. Tasty live resin disposable cartridges. Live resin disposable cartridges. Cannabis derived terpenes. Premium category 3 distillate. No heavy metals. Glucose like a rock band. Get into these, man. Whatever. Blah, blah. I'm finna go to bed. I'm tired. It's been a long day. We finna get up out of here to the next one. Red dot slide to the left. It's free Avenue Angel, so he's free. We gone.